Hello, good morning, Painting One. I am so sorry I'm not there today. I'm running a training at another school. I'm sure it's very boring and I am probably wishing that I'm with you right now, but you do have one day where I am not there and I will be back on Friday. So let me tell you what we are going to be up to. You are going to take your landscape plan from your planning sheet, the one at the very end of the project where you're planning out your major lines, and you are going to do a thumbnail painting today. You're going to try to work kind of quickly so that you can get the small painting done in 1 hour. It's not a multiple day project, but I will give you formative points for doing this. And what a thumbnail plan is if an artist is going into a larger painting, a lot of times they want to practice their skills and plan out their colors and how they'll work together, as well as putting out the composition and making sure that you know what you're doing before you do it. So let me show you kind of what this looks like. So here's a few examples of little thumbnail sketches. Some of them are drawn, some are painted, but you get the idea that they're small little compositions. A lot of times artists will plan out a drawing or a sketch with this technique. So they're drawing in a sketchbook like a lot of little tiny thumbnails and then practicing a few different layouts and compositions before they do their final. What I am interested in is your layout and seeing how you create depth. This one on the right here, you can kind of tell that the darkest area is their foreground. They have a middle ground, they have a background. So as you go to create your compositions, I want you to make sure that they each have something in the foreground, something in the middle ground, something in the background. You can choose to use a couple different references, your own reference. I would like you to try to make it your own as much as possible. One thing I don't want you to do is just recreate a painting that's already been painted. So if you do have a reference you love, maybe it's a photograph you're making into a painting, but I don't want you to just copy one for one a painting. Make it your own, change the colors, change it slightly, make a new composition out of multiple references, something like that. So you guys are each going to get 4x6 watercolor paper. This, you can use acrylic on it just fine. It will hold up okay. It's just a little small one. The first thing I want you to do is obviously write your name and your hour on the back. Then when you turn it over, I would suggest starting with just a small sketch. This is just kind of major lines. You don't want any details, you don't want any texture, you don't want any shading, just the line drawing, and I'll show you that. All right, so I used a couple of references to draw out my landscape, and you can tell, oh my goodness, what is wrong with this crazy filtering thing that's happening? There you go, you can see it. No! Oh boy. Okay, I really don't know. Maybe if I put my face right up to it. So you can see that I'm using a couple different things. I'm using a vanishing point, and this is a little ridiculous, and I'm so sorry. But you can tell that my lines are very, very simplified. I am basically blurring my eyes and saying, what are the major lines? What are the major shapes? You are going to do the same technique for painting in. So I am not going to paint every little shade. I will probably choose 5 main colors to paint into my areas to see if my color palette works. Will you be using more color than that? Yes, on your final, yes. But what I'm looking for is just a simple little thumbnail that includes your major colors and your major composition, no details whatsoever. And I am looking forward to seeing these, and I am going to check yours off. You must create a little thumbnail before you start your final landscape. So this is a good step to do for just a 1 hour little process painting. All right, good luck everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow.